is receiving the President of China, Xi Jinping. What we are watching now is the welcoming ceremony held by the Kyrgyz President Sooronbay Jeenbekov for Chinese President Xi Jinping, who is now visiting the country. Actually, the two leaders met earlier at the airport for initial talks already. At the talks, Xi conveyed best wishes from China to the Kyrgyz people. He pointed out that China and Kyrgyzstan connected by mountains and rivers, and the two peoples have been living side by side for generations. And he also noted that the ancient Silk Road linked the two countries together. And in the earlier talks, he also said the two countries have strong ties today through their comprehensive strategic partnership and Belt and Road cooperation. And his visit will include talks with both President Jeenbekov on how to continue deepening the partnership between the countries. All right, that was the welcoming ceremony held by the Kyrgyz president to receive Chinese President Xi Jinping, who is now visiting the country. And for more analysis on that, we're now joined by Mr. Wang Peng, Associate Research Fellow at the Chongyang Institute at Renmin University. Welcome to our special coverage, Professor Wang. First of all, we saw a very high-profile welcoming ceremony to President Xi Jinping. What does that tell us? What kind of message that the president of Kyrgyzstan is trying to send here?
I think first, it's a symbol that China and Kyrgyzstan, the bilateral ties, has reached the highest level since the history of the past 27 years when we established bilateral ties. Second, that's a symbol of the friendship between two strong leaders. The personal friendship are very important to promote the state interactions.
Right, and the President Xi in the earlier talks has strengthened that mutual trust has reached a high level, but still need improvements. Then what improvements is there that need to be done?
Yes, I think the advantage that's the political and strategic mutual trust, that's very, very good. No more problems. Yeah, we have solved the border dispute 20 years ago. But for the economic cooperation, I think there's still a large room for us to promote together. For example, now, this year is the 6 years since we have established the BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. During the past 6 years, we have together, two countries, the people, workers, designers, engineers, we build the railway and we make the port as the channel to connect the economic and trade. But still, we have a large room to promote that. For example, in the future, maybe we will build more the power station to support local farmers, local factories. This is very important infrastructure building.
Well, trade is a rather sensitive word nowadays in the whole world. How would you describe the characteristics of a trade between China and Kyrgyzstan? What is the most important proposition of the trade structure?
Trade structure now, I think for the ideological ideal level, that's we both share the principle of globalization, and we are both against the isolism or economic nationalism. This is a good news for both people of China and Kyrgyzstan. But what's the real problem? That's we need to match our market and the producers. First, we should share more information of the market. For example, what China really needs. And as far as I know, the Kyrgyzstan, they have very good farmers to produce organic fruits, the grape from Central Asia. They have got very high quality of these products. Yeah, and China is a huge market. But how to transport, move these groups, fruits into China to occupy larger market share. That's a technical problem for us.
Right, it is important to recognize what China needs, but it has to go both ways in terms of trade. Indeed, what does Kyrgyzstan needs?
I think first of all, that's infrastructure building. That's the basic for further economic development. With, for example, the railway and the 5G of the communication technology, IT. This is very important to not only connect Kyrgyzstan with China, but also promote its connection with all its neighbors. And, for example, Kazakhstan and Russia. Only, you see, Kyrgyzstan enjoyed a very prosperous history 2,000 years ago along the Silk Road because it's an intermediate station along the merchant railway. So if we connect China to Europe through Kyrgyzstan, I think to make Kyrgyzstan great again is not a dream.
And Kyrgyzstan actually focuses very much on its digital economy development as well.
Exactly.
It has set up kind of special commission, especially for the digital economic development. China is very strong on that regard. How could China help?
I think first we may share more technology and help Kyrgyzstan people to build their own with their state sovereignty to control the security and the development of the digital. Now we say the human race has entered the era of digital 5G, but we know many developed countries, they used to monopolize the high technology and use the advantage of technology to make spy to others. So including China, as well as Kyrgyzstan, Russia, we feel maybe that national security may be controlled or be harmed by these elements. So how to, through cooperation, to promote our common interest in both the development and security of information in the era of 5G, that's a common problem for both of us.
All right, thank you very much. We'll be getting back to you in a moment. Now, you're now watching Global Watch, and we just watched the welcoming ceremony by the Kyrgyz president to receive the visiting Chinese President Xi Jinping. They're going to have serious activities following up as well. I'll give you live coverage on that, so stay tuned. This is Global Watch. Now we continue to talk about President Xi's visit to Kyrgyzstan and bilateral relations as well. China and Kyrgyzstan enjoy a comprehensive strategic partnership. Leaders of both countries have emphasized the importance of strengthening ties and cooperation. Kyrgyzstan is one of the earliest supporters of China's Belt and Road Initiative and has received a significant Chinese investment. CGTN's Mihal Badovit visited one of the latest Chinese-funded projects in the southern Kyrgyz city of Osh.
China is Kyrgyzstan's top trading partner and a major source of investment for its neighboring country. In an article